What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another weekly vlog by yours truly, the one, the only, the Joshinator, the Joshosaurus Rex. How you guys doing this week? It's the first week of a new year, and it's already been pretty dramatic for the nation. Yeah, I think we know what I'm talking about. First year of 2020, first week of 2026, and so much has happened already. So I just wanted to talk about things, give my weekly journal update to you guys, to myself, I guess, or maybe my future AI that all of these videos are gonna go into creating. I think we should be able to create a pretty decent AI with all the videos and online presence I've provided of myself. Over the years. Should be able to get a pretty authentic AI going eventually. That'd be cool. Talk to myself. Be very narcissistic. It'd be cool to take all of my videos and merge them into an AI and see how I present to myself as in the third party. See how well I'd get along with myself. So this week, I went and hung out at my brother's for New Year's, which you guys already know. My brother ended up coming over to my house a couple days later, and we watched a few episodes of Pluribus, which is a great show. I really had fun hanging out with my brother watching that. And we just hung out. It was pretty cool. He was going to come over yesterday, but he was a little too tired to come on down. But that's all right. We'll get to hang out again at another date. So that's what I did with my brother this week. I also worked a bit. I had 3 days off this week. And I have 3 days off next week, which is going to make my paycheck a bit smaller. So I'm probably going to be a little bit short on the rent at the middle of the month, but I'll get it caught up on the beginning of the next month. So it'll all work out fine. Let's see. I am down to 350 pounds. I've lost 50 pounds since about in the last 4 or 5 months, I believe. I am one doctor's appointment away from, which I got to schedule that appointment actually. They called me, I just forgot to call them back. I am one doctor's appointment away from getting my bariatric surgery date set. So I am close to getting that done. They said that I could lose around 60% of my body fat, which would be absolutely wonderful. But they did tell me that there's a lot of work to be done. Or a lot of suffering to be done, I guess, because to those that think taking bariatric surgery is the easy way out, it's not. You're going in for surgery, you have to be in the hospital for a day, then you have to, a week before that, you have to go on a liquid diet practically, and then after you're done with the surgery, you spend at least a month eating pureed foods and liquid food diet, or just stuff that isn't solid food unless it's really, really chewed, like super chewed until it's mush in your mouth. And they recommend that you not really drink soda because it can make you feel sick. And I guess it can have a side effect against the feeling full feeling. I don't know how that works, but I'm probably not going to cut out soda, not entirely at least, because it is my coffee. Now, if it makes me feel sick after the surgery, then I'm not going to drink it. I'm not going to do something that's going to make me feel bad. But I hope it doesn't, because I would like to have my caffeine, especially if I'm not going to be able to have much in the way of other foods, solid foods. They did say I could have straight black coffee or straight tea. No, they recommend that you don't have a lot of sugar in your diet after the surgery, like ever. But I'm probably gonna still drink diet sodas. I try and skirt around where I can, but I'm excited. I am excited to lose all the weight. I'm hoping to get down to 180 pounds. I am 350 right now. I was 400 pounds 4 or 5 months ago. 280 or 180 is where I'd like to get. I don't know if that's realistic for my size. So at least 200 pounds would be nice. I'd really like to break 200 though, to break under, because I haven't been under 200 pounds since I was a teenager, and it would just feel great. My coworker said that it looks like I've lost visibly some weight, so I'm excited to see what I could look like a year from now when I have lost a bunch of weight and I'm much skinnier. I'm worried that I'm going to get grumpy and have a harder time being a pleasant guy when I'm going so hungry right after the surgery. I'm also going to be out of work for about at least a week. They say 1 to 2 weeks, but I'm not going to be able to take the 2 weeks off of work. Not because they wouldn't give it to me, they probably would, but because I can't afford to lose out on an entire paycheck. So I'll work through any discomfort I have to. I just may not move a lot. Let's see. I dealt with paranoid customers this week. One big one in particular. I must have spent a good 40 minutes trying to establish to her that that the only way to remove the tracker notification when you on an iPhone, when you are being told that there are trackers around, that there's an AirTag nearby, is that you have to go search for it. That's it. You have to go search for it. I can't do anything about it. I can't remove that notification for you. She had like 6 phones, and she was telling me that all of that she's being stalked, that all of her accounts are being hacked by her ex-boyfriend. I am surprised. I'm utterly shocked at how many ex-boyfriends are professional hackers, according to our customers. There are a lot of professional hackers, according to our customer base. When in reality, there's probably nothing like what they think is going on. Maybe 1 out of 20 customers is, and that's really giving it some leeway. But it was really hard to communicate to her yesterday. I got through it though. She even pulled out like an owl urn that had keepsakes with her mom in it. And she was explaining to me about that, and it was very weird. That's what I would say. It was very weird, and I couldn't really get it across. Eventually, I just had to say, you know what? I really don't have any more input to provide on this subject, and I had to cut it off and tell her I needed to move on to the next customer. But what else do we got to talk about? There are really no other incidences going on in the store to talk about. It's been not crazy busy, which is nice. It's been steady. We got a bunch of functionality checks done in the last week, but it seems like we just get an eternally, it's a conveyor belt. For every one that we get done, it seems like 2 come in. So we never really are truly caught up. Let's see. I am playing Ys Memories of Calcutta, or something like that, right? Still, I'm not sure where I'm at. I am at some sort of tower. But let's see, what else have we, not much to talk about really, you know. I realized, I finally got the printer hub, the filament hub that I needed for the 3D printer. I am about 1,100 hours into 3D prints on the P1S that I have. I hear that around 3,000 to 4,000 hours, some problems start developing with it that I may have to look into. So I'm trying to educate myself on how to recognize those problems before they become a big problem, and how to fix them. But I printed off a couple cool things this week. I turned a bunch of my artwork into 3D prints. So I did about 4 pictures, 4 of my drawings. I scanned them into the Bamboo Lab software and converted them into 3D huge HueForges pictures. It was pretty cool. I think I posted some of those on Facebook if you're interested in seeing those and you're watching this from Facebook. I also printed off a ghost that was peeing, but when I did it with glow in the dark filament for the pee, and when it's not glowing in the dark and it just shows the ghost peeing, it looks like something else. It doesn't look like pee, I'll tell you that. I didn't consider that when I was making the print. But it turned out pretty cool. It's just funny at the same time. Let's see. I printed off a Predator skull and a couple other Hue Forges. Right now, I am printing a Tron-themed chess set, meaning that it's glow in the dark. It's a glow in the dark chess set. You guys will have to check it out when it's done if you keep across my Facebook much at all. I also ended up getting the filament dryer attachment for the AMS hub, the multicolor, multi-filament, automatic multi-switching, I think is what it stands for. But that'll keep my filament dry and dehumidify them. And what else do we got to talk about? So, not really anything else. So I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys continue to have a good week. I want to give a shout out to my brother, Michael Biggerstaff, and my other brothers that watch this show or these videos, if you watch these videos. You guys stay awesome and dream big. Josh out. Well, this is awkward. It won't stop.